Today I have for you a cup of chai latte, a handful of nuts roasted on a bonfire, and some freshly baked bread with apricot jam. I have discovered some really interesting, quite rare fragrances that I want to share with you today. So first thing I have here is L'Artisan Parfumeur La Botanique collection. I've been testing it for a while and I really enjoyed it. Among those fragrances, I found a beautiful cup of chai latte. It's called 32 Venenum. So the notes mentioned here are cereal, sandalwood and scented tea. I also get some sweet spices, maybe like anise or cardamom, something like that. And it really smells like an exotic tea room. It's so beautiful, not attached to any gender. It's just true art of perfumery. For everyone, for any occasion, it's just a warm, comfy, spicy cup of tea. It's a really great discovery. It's just made for autumn to warm you up, to make you feel more cozy. It's so good. On a contrast with that one, there is something a bit more cold and a bit more mysterious. This one is called 26 Tenebrae. This fragrance for me feels very fresh, aquatic, with some aromatic facets, something that reminds me pine needles. So the notes here are incense, sap and wood. Simply like that. It's not really specified what kind of wood. It really smells very natural. What I can imagine is a quiet lake in the middle of the woods, covered with morning mist. It's like so cold and motionless. It's very tranquil and non-offensive scent. It can work as aromatherapy. So good. Look, there is one fragrance that is somewhat similar to the previous one. We have this mysterious bottle. It's Fille en Aiguille from Serge Lutens that my husband Elie picked for himself last time we were in Paris. This is an intense woody and pine composition with some sweet and resinous notes. Elie loves this one and I really adore this fragrance on him. But for myself, I find it very challenging. I'm not saying that they are alike, but they give me the same comforting, sort of meditative sense, except that Tenebrae for me, it feels lighter, more watery, less sweet, less resinous, and it is something I can wear and really enjoy. Don't be worried about incense mentioned in Tenebrae, because it's really not prominent. Instead, it's a woody, aquatic meditation in a bottle. This is how I feel about it. And this illustration, it just so perfectly corresponds to my description. Those colors and lines, so beautiful. All the illustrations for La Botanique collection are done by the same artist, Katie Scott, and I find them captivating. You know, I love botanical illustrations. You know, in my childhood, we had a collection of colorful encyclopedias for children with various topics, geography, history, astrology, and among them, my most favorite one was biology, because there were pages with those beautiful classic botanical illustrations, and I was captivated by them. I really like botanical illustration. It's such a beautiful art. There is one more fragrance I discovered in this collection that I find really unique. It's called 60 MIRABILIS. Okay, this fragrance, it really needs your skin. It needs your naked skin to show its true nature. Because the notes mentioned here are amber, incense, musk. So it's really something you should wear underneath your clothes. And it's so unusual and precious. It's not the scent I meet often in everyday life. Maybe because this combination of incense, musk and amber feels so exotic and sort of animalic for me. But I find it unusual, one-of-a-kind scent. I don't know if it's actually grey amber, ambergris that is replicated here, or is it actually natural grey amber? I don't know, but it kind of feels like it. A bit salty, exotic, slightly animalic. It's very appealing fragrance that sort of imprints in your skin and follows you everywhere like a shadow. It's just magical, really very interesting scent. Other fragrances in this discovery set, they are floral dominant. There is a rose scent, a jasmine scent, ylang ylang dominant scent. I found them a bit less interesting, and honestly recently I've been feeling a bit not into floral scents. I don't know, maybe the season, the weather. You know, I tried this discovery boxes from Sylvaine Delacourte, and there is Fleur d'Oranger collection, which I had high hopes for, but to be honest, I liked almost nothing. I much more enjoyed this vanilla collection. Oh, I have quite a few vanilla fragrances, but I'm always looking for new, amazing vanilla scents. It's just never enough vanilla. So what I like about this set is the concept. There are 5 vanillas, all different. There is a spicy vanilla, aromatic, fresh, floral, sunny vanilla. It's like a whole vanilla menu. I really like it. My favorite among them is Virgile. This is aromatic vanilla. The notes mentioned here are rosemary, cedar, clary sage, and vanilla, of course. I love herbal vanilla fragrances. I love the contrast between syrupy sweet vanillic notes and something fresh, aromatic. I personally find it very appealing. For me, it smells like a sweet cocktail with gin tonic, rosemary, and some delicious syrup. The scent feels so balanced, everything has its own place, and I really love it because it can fit any season, any occasion. It can be good for winter, for Christmas. These aromatic aspects fit so perfectly among the flavors of the season. It can be nice for autumn, for rainy weather, because it's so cozy, and at the same time it can fit for spring and summer, because there are those fresh herbal notes. Yeah. So that one I'm considering to be a full bottle worthy. It's a great discovery. Among other vanilla fragrances, there is Vangelis. It's a spicy vanilla with notes of spices, carnation, almond. It smells exactly like the notes mentioned, nothing more, nothing less. Feels a bit too spicy for me. And then there is Vanori. It's a sunny vanilla with notes of grapefruit, plumeria, benzoin. It's slightly floral and, to my nose, a little bit soapy vanilla. It's really cute and happy. There is Vahina. It's a floral vanilla with osmanthus, mandarin and orange blossom. It's very soft. It's the softest among all and very smooth. It's a bit powdery, somewhat honey scent even. Valkyria is another lovely discovery. It's a fresh vanilla. The notes here are lime, basil, spearmint. It smells slightly old-fashioned for me, but it doesn't disturb me at all. I still think it's very wearable and enjoyable. It's really good. It's maybe my second favorite in this box. I think this whole vanilla collection is worth trying, especially my favorite, Virgile. During this autumn, I discovered this little bottle. It's such a treasure in my collection. I made a separate video about this eau de parfum. I will link it below so you can check if you're interested. But since we're talking about discoveries, this is one of them. It's my most recent purchase. It is Dimma from a Swedish jewelry designer, Maria Nilsdotter. I'm reaching for this bottle so often. Since I bought it, I just can't get enough of this fragrance. The way I can describe it is a handful of nuts roasted on a bonfire with some sugar. It's really nutty, woody scent with vanilla in the base and some smoky fume around it. I find it so comforting and mysterious. The notes mentioned here are almond blossom, roasted hazelnut, amber, carnation, woody notes, rum and vanilla. It's truly one of the most exciting discoveries of the season. While I'm talking about Dimma, there is another bottle sitting on my table waiting to be mentioned. It's Jeux de Peau from Serge Lutens. It's not new in my collection, but I rediscovered it recently. During the whole summer, I didn't touch this bottle at all, and recently I suddenly put it on and I thought, oh, where have you been? I really missed you. So how do I see this scent? It's a freshly baked bread with dry fruits and apricot jam, simply like that. My husband and I tried this fragrance in Paris in Serge Lutens boutique last year, and we both fell in love with this fragrance and brought a bottle home. It really smells like bread, like pastries, like a croissant. It's very artistic fragrance, nevertheless very wearable and just simply beautiful. It's also very poetic. The meaning that the author puts in it, it's so touching. His childhood memories of gentle warmth of freshly baked bread rising up from the basement window. And also it's such a ritual to use this splash bottle, it's just so intimate. This shiny envelope is from Marc-Antoine Barrois. It's signed by hands. It's so touching to receive something signed by hands. I ordered some fragrances from their official website because I got very curious about their fragrances after I watched Sebastian's video, the perfume guy. There is also a postcard signed by hands. Those two fragrances, B683 and Extrait, I didn't really like. I didn't understand them. Personally, they don't smell attractive for me. But what I really liked was the Encelade. This one is definitely appealing and unusual. For me, it smells like mandarins, coconut and tobacco. This very beautiful smoky note here. Some dark woody notes maybe. And maybe something like honey. Because there is some sweetness in it. It reminds me something like a coconut rubber or leather. You see, I have a job as an architect in architecture office, and sometimes manufacturers, they bring us their materials to show their products. And among those material samples, once there was this coconut rubber, sort of. I don't exactly remember the purpose. I think it was some flooring material, and it smelled very close to this fragrance. It's like smoky coconut, sort of woody scent, but that's my own perception. Notes on the website are rhubarb, cedar, vetiver, leather, milky sandal and tonka. It's really delicious, those fruity drops in here in a combination with some woody fumes. It's so appealing. Especially in the heart, this scent is so addictive and mysterious. It brings me to curiosity cabinet. You know, in botanical gardens, there are some curiosity cabinets with some plants inside, some old furniture. This is the vibe I get from this fragrance. Very curious. I really enjoy smelling it, but somehow it's really outside of my comfort zone. But maybe it's a good thing, because it widens up my scent palette, my scent memory. So yeah, a great discovery. GANYMEDE is another unique discovery from the same house. Yeah, it's captivating. What I found curious about this fragrance is the combination of some cold, maybe citrusy mineral notes together with something warm and ambery. That's what I get here. It's like two phase liquids, two ingredients in one bottle that don't really get mixed together. It's so surprising. I just find it unusual, this contrast between warm and cold aspects of the fragrance. The notes in this eau de parfum are mandarin, osmanthus, saffron, violet, akigala wood and immortelle. I would say it's a bit more masculine, like the previous one, Encelade, but in a right mood, in a right state of mind. Even I can wear it, but I still think I prefer Encelade. I like its exotic greenness. It was fun to discover this house. So that's it for today's video. Tell me about your recent discoveries. I'm really curious. Thank you for watching.